really just want people to adopt it and to start talking about it and accepting it. So that's what I have to say.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you again for having us out here, giving us a platform to talk about cannabis in this space. And definitely, if you have any more questions about just medical cannabis in general, check out our website. It's wholesome.co. And thank you.
And you deliver border to border.
We deliver in the entirety of the state.
Hundreds of orders a day.
Yeah. And so, thank you guys.
Finish it up, Mr.
Just don't be afraid to ask. You know, somebody in cannabis is more than willing to have that conversation. So, you know, the more you know, the more you know.
Thank you.
There's so many great books out there.
We're going to maintain the TED Talk area that we have here. Am I on two mics, or do you need me to move out? Compress, please. And you're going to have a better shot if it kind of comes this way. All right. Are we ready? Can you hear me? I want to know if there's anyone in this room that could live without clean water. I want to know if there's anyone in the sea that could live without clean water.
All right, so here we are at Silicon Slopes 2022, and we're hanging out at the Vivint Smart Home Arena. And we've got 4 members of the hydrenisis team that are going to tell you a little bit about why they've joined the team and what their role is and how they're bringing clean water to everybody. So why don't we start over here with the founder and work our way back, and please just introduce who are you, what do you do, and what do you need?
Well, I'm David Antelo. I'm the CEO of Hydrenisis Aquatics, and we got together with like-minded individuals who had the same vision that we did, which was to systematically go and approach some of the biggest problems in water and see if we can tackle them one step at a time. And we started with the aquatics industry. We acquired one of the top customers in that industry as a way to demonstrate our strategy, our capability, and also some of our technology. So we're able to do basically 3 of the big problems that water has. Is you get algae, you got bacteria, and pollution. So these are some of the things that we're tackling with some systematic approaches, and by combining it with individuals like Judy, her team, Bob's expertise, Luke's expertise in research and development, we have the right team to solve the right problems, and so far we're doing a pretty good job with it. So I think going forward, looks like a bright future.
Let's hear from the R&D guy.
Luke Simmons, Director, Chief R&D, and co-founder of Hydrenisis Aquatics. You know, one of the challenges that you face when you commercialize disruptive technology is that it usually displaces somebody who's making a lot of money already solving that problem. And so what we had to do is we had to come up with very outside-the-box strategies in order to engage these markets without incurring the wrath of the industry incumbents for that particular application. And so what we had to do is we had to think of these new ways to bring it to the market. And one of those was the Trojan horse strategy, right? And that's kind of the core of what we're bringing to Hydrenisis Aquatics and the industries that they serve. It's finding that friendly entrance and finding the low-hanging fruit and solving acute problems, right? That some people just can't touch. And then once you're there, then you have the chance to expand into, it's like we use the analogy, it's like the gas pump at the gas station. Shell and BP, they don't care what you do with it. They don't care if you put it in your lawnmower. They don't care if you burn down your house. It doesn't matter. They just want to sell you the gas. And that's kind of the model we adopted was, bringing these solutions. And then they say, oh, maybe we can use it over here. Should we try that? And we don't care because the meter is running. Right? And I kind of leave it there. I'll let Bob, our chairman, talk.
Yeah, hi, I'm Bob Watson, and I'm chairman of the board of Hydrenisis Aquatics. Also chairman of the board of Hydrenisis Inc., which is the company that the 3 of us started 5 years ago, and we've been employing this Trojan horse strategy in that business very successfully. And when we combined with Judy and her aquatics team, they are the industry insiders in the marine park industry. Former SeaWorld employees and former actually many marine park employees, right? And when we put the two teams together, and we started executing our Trojan horse strategy. It was 5 months ago, and we've already got as our first customer the largest of the SeaWorld parks, of the marine parks, SeaWorld, as our first customer. So that Trojan horse strategy works. It enables us to go and land the biggest customers in the industry first, where we have the biggest chance of a great market share, and then go from there and fill out the rest of the industry. So I'm going to put Judy on. By the way, Judy's a former killer whale trainer and biz dev executive at SeaWorld, and she is a pretty amazing person.
So tell us, from your perspective, having been a part of SeaWorld, after you introduce yourself, what is it that gets you excited about this new technology for an industry that you've been a part of for a long time?
So Judy Peterson, I'm one of the founders of Hydrenisis Aquatics, and you know what, Ted's right. I started in a landlocked aquarium of Denver, Colorado. I'm the founder, and you talk about our solutions, you talk about the Trojan horse. Wait.
We have competing noise.
You gotta have a little fun along the way.
Okay. All right, pick up where. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, you know, the second I saw him, and he gets teary about kids getting clean water. You talk about our solutions. You talk about the Trojan horse. We're not talking about the impact we're going to have for sustainable water, because we're going to do it not like we did at SeaWorld. SeaWorld, we weren't good for the environment. My eyes, the animals' eyes. So what we're doing is it's good for our water. It's good for our environment. It's good for people and animals. So that's something I think we really need to make sure people understand. We're going to have an impact. It's sustainable. The way we mitigate algae, the way we mitigate bacteria, and the way that we're an antioxidant, it's all with something you and I can drink. Your kids can drink it. So, and we really can have an impact if we pull a team together. And what we're seeking here is some just really good visionaries that know how to put some of our early funding together.
Cool. So I think we've got kind of a high level. All of us have been in a pool, and the pool was cleaned by chlorine, and then it was cleaned by bromine, and then it was cleaned by something else. So give us maybe we'll go to the technical founder here. Just give us a sense at a high level of how your technology works to do the three things that you're focused on with your water.
Absolutely. So, like I said, disruptive technology. Generally, you're solving a problem that no one's been able to solve so far, and sometimes that's finding this thing and putting them together, and then making it applicable to that acute problem. And that's kind of the crux of the technology that we've brought on Hydrenisis Aquatics. We have great IP holders, and that's kind of the core of our business. We find those IP holders with that disruptive IP, improve it, help them protect it, help them get it funded, whatever it is, so that we can deploy it. And this is it's novel in the fact that you think there's no way this would be a thing, but it really is, and it's scalable too, right? And that's the most important thing. When you're dealing with customers of scale like SeaWorld, like we're already working with, being able to scale that is really important. And that's what's one of the really cool things about this technology. It's very scalable.
So without going into the IP, just give us a quick sense of how the purification works.
Process.
Yeah,
just pick one of them.
Sure. So one of the things that one of the biggest scalable problems is that you're having to deal with algae. Algae is anytime the water stops flowing, it creates algae. And it could be a collection tank for drinking water. It could be a pool. Any kind of body of water will collect algae. Everyone's seen it. It's that green stuff that makes things look like pea soup. So we're able to introduce a technology, a system of which it's a consortium of bacteria in a specific way we introduce it that eats all the food that an algae would normally eat, and it eats it faster than they would. So it's kind of like them sitting at a buffet table. and the algae are the last ones on the buffet table, and by the time they get up there, there's no food. So they literally starve to death. So that's one of the things that we do, is we're not killing back algae, we're actually just starving them by taking their food source away. And we don't harm any plants and animals that are involved in that water column as well. The other technologies, we're able to, on contact, without a chemical, without a caustic, aggressive chemical, where we can take something that's got a pH of 14, and if people don't know what pH 14, just like an acid, hydrochloric acid, you put hydrochloric acid in your hand, it burns. You put something that's on the other side of a very caustic, like caustic soda, the stuff that the mob guys used to use to get bodies to disappear. That stuff burns your hands too. We have a substance that does that without the causticity. So you introduce that into those capabilities where you can kill bacteria on contact. You can now take care of algae problems. You just tackled approximately a third of the global problems regarding water, and that's one of the systems that we work with.
Think about how many verticals apply to killing algae, killing bacteria without toxic chemicals, and stopping oxidation.
Yeah. So I happen to be a systems engineer. I get excited about this, but why is it that SeaWorld got excited about this? So tell us why SeaWorld is willing to step out and adopt the technology and be the first mover in this space.
Truthfully, it's going to be economics, because we have like 28 divers just cleaning their largest tank every day.
In San Diego.
In just one park, and that's the smallest park. So it's very, very labor intensive. And also the way that they do it, it's not the best for the animals, because you still have chlorination, you still have ozonation that's not as safe as what a probiotic or a bacteria consortium is. So they got very excited. It's safer, it's less expensive, and it's faster. The way that they saw, they didn't believe it. 35 years some of these guys have been around. We put our probiotic product, and the next thing you know, they literally swept it away. And this old guy that I've known since I started at 23, he's like, I couldn't believe this could happen. We need this. So it was really amazing.
Another core piece of our business development strategy was we had to find a way to get the guys that needed the meat, have it proved to them, but then also making sure they had a commitment on the other side. So the way we engage with a customer like this, or a client, is to do our pilot to production contract, right? And then what that does is a pilot to production agreement.
So one of the challenges when new technology comes in is somebody's job might be displaced. So you hit on something that I think might be a concern, particularly of the people that are trying to adopt it. If you've got 25 folks who are used to cleaning the pool, and now those 25 people don't have a job, what's happening
and
there?
Some of these people are my friends, so that was exactly what I said to we talked to the top park president yesterday, and it's like all of those divers, they could be doing the intricate coral work, they could be doing the exchange with the guest, talking to the guest about this clownfish or why water's so important. So that's what I said. So they're not going to get displaced. They're going to be in jobs that have
more
a
customer-centric
more
jobs,
impact.
engaging the customers as opposed to hanging out in the pool.
Exactly.
But those are employees, but an awful lot of the incumbents that we encounter as we move into these vertical markets they're just vendors and suppliers of lots of materials that are caustic, that are toxic. And so by blocking them out, the wastewater that comes out the other end of whatever industry we're working on is no longer filled with these issues.
But the most important thing is it's transition time. And you know what we do during transition time?
Party!
We go eat.
We sing.
Oh, we see.
All right.
All right, look at the dinosaur on my head. Look at the dinosaur on his head.
Barney, I love you. You love me.
Okay, we're
Anyway.
going to be singing a Purple Unicorn song. Ready?
Okay.
On three. I love you.
You love me.
We're a happy family. You can sing the rest of it because I don't know the words.
With a great big hug.
Let's just give a high five and call it a day. Your first name, a big hand out there, virtual hand for hydrenisis.
So there's a Barney documentary coming out called I Love You, You Hate Me. And it's about the death threats that the guy who played Barney got.
Oh my
I
God.
love Barney.
I know.
All right, good job, Ted. Thank you, Joe.
It's 11:30. It's time for aspirability. If you could disperse this way. Thank you. Yep. John, is aspirability down there? Cue the songs from Love Story here. Does anybody know those words from Love Story? Dang it. Guys, move on. Let's go. I'm going to make this quick, and I was going to join it, but I'm just going to let Ted work his magic because he's one of the best vetters in the business. I like it if you get this kind of the crescent this way. So bring out this way, this way. Crest. How's the shot? Get closer together, even though it's your father-in-law. It's okay for you to be friendly.
And take a picture of us all on camera.
Thank you. True story. 3 years ago, I get this email from someone that tells me I have to meet him at this obscure medical office. And he tells me that the assessment tool and software that I'm implementing is not the proper one. I thought he was high. Number one, who is this guy? I look him up. He's got like every relative in LinkedIn with him.